Today's video will be a little bit different from my usual form of gaming videos and, playing the actual game. We're going to be looking at a Reddit iceberg to put the storyline of this game to rest. If you don't know, the storyline of this game, it was basically explained in the past 4. So, last 6 videos that I made, it is clear that this game is a simulation run by some sort of outside company known as Metaverse Industries, or Enterprises, because they're in the next game in the series, DDLC Plus. And one of the girls knew that, so she went insane trying to make you, love her. But inside of this iceberg, digging through the files of the original DDLC game, we can actually find that she regrets what she did, and she's gonna try and hack outside of the simulation to hack into one of the employees' bodies. And then we might get a second game besides this new DDLC Plus, which has side stories, which are basically a huge cover-up to what really happened. If you do not know what an iceberg is, an iceberg is basically a tip of the iceberg type thing. The tip of the iceberg is the most known things. The middle section down is the least known things, etc., and they usually come from Reddit. First topic we're going to be covering is the special poems. Special poems are hospital-looking writings with redacted shit in it that also has a lot of weird messages revolving around, simulation captured girl stuff. So, I think that's what's happening in these things, so don't take my word for it. There are a lot of special poems that you can unlock just by playing DDLC alone. The Portrait of Markov, a book owned by Yuri. In Act 1, Yuri describes the book as basically a human experiment prison, and apparently the people there go after her, the main character of this story, that it relates a lot to Yuri, after she finds a long-lost sibling, and they basically chase them down through the entire story, and the main character ends up messing up a lot of things because, it's a complete callback to you know who. In Act 2, however, the story changes from the human experiment prison being more of a simulation-like prison place. Libitina and the Third Eye, a very important thing to the second game that Team Salatov is working on. In the files for the original game, there is a thing called Project Libitina, which has a website. When reviewed, it talks about how a good young girl named Libitina is being experimented on by these simulation people to make her open her third eye, which is apparently, in this game's universe, turns her into some sort of, let's just say, military defense weapon, or something like along that nature, as the simulation users or whatever these people believe. Libitina's face can also be found by messing with Yuri's character file and then inverting it into an image and inverting the colors and also flipping parts of the image. Also directly connects it back to the Portrait of Markov book, and also the fact that the book has an eye on it. Monica had written a plan inside of the files of the game encoded with base64 encryption. A plan to hack one of the simulation users, one of the workers for Metaverse Industries, to try and save the alternate versions of the girls from DDLC inside of this new Project Libitina, to basically save them and warn them about the simulation and the torture that's going to be happening. She says it's time to be a fucking hero and then mentions 2018, but, we didn't get an update until around 2021. Team Salvation, aka Team Salvato in this universe, or just Metaverse Enterprises, made an email system in the new DDLC Plus game, which I'm going to be playing in a little bit, probably around November. So let's just talk about why this email system is important. One of the characters named Eye of Laster seems to act a lot like Monica, and it seems her plan is working, but they're still trying to get this new VM, or virtual machine, to work, or simulation to work. So we just have to wait and see. I think the new game will be called Project Libitina, or even Portrait of Markov, and we just have to wait and see about what this new game is about. And I will be playing DDLC Plus soon on this channel, and going over all the new side stories and changes. And by the way, the side stories are a massive cover-up to teach what happened with Monica, and to keep it a secret.